Hello, my name is Anna Winkler and I'm the owner and director of Shakti Yoga and Living Arts in Maplewood, New Jersey. And I've been teaching yoga and practicing yoga for over 30 years. And what we're going to do now is a little bit of sort of warm up and moving into Surya Namaskar, which is Sun Salutation. So, and you can, if you're following the other practices, be kind of building one on the next thing. So we'll come into Virasana forward. It's a variation of child's pose with the knees wide apart and the arms extended forward. So it's a kind of a segue into downward facing dog pose, which is kind of the peak pose of the Sun Salutation practice. So it's a compression of the legs. So if you've done the bent knee abdominal stretches lying down, this is putting the pressure on the legs, really gets the compression. So you're trying to release the gripping muscles and flesh and just sink the bones down. You can have a roller under your ankles. You can have something between your hips and heels. And then when you're ready, you're going to come over forward. And as you come over forward, your frontal hip points come down in between your thighs. Okay? And as you do that, the top rim of the sacrum moves in, but at the same time, bring the lower belly into the spine so you have length front and back, side to side equal. So as your pelvis comes forward, you're bringing the torso with it and maintaining a bit of a firmness in the waist. And if you're rounded in your upper back, you want to release the upper spine in towards the sternum and up towards the clavicles as you're able. So absorbing the spine into the body. And the hands come on the ground towards the outside edges of your shoulders, and you externally rotate the upper arms and then internally rotate the hands and the forearms. So you on the index finger mound of your knuckles of the hands and try to roll towards the thumb side of the hand and draw the sides of the waist up for support and lift the forearms up off the ground, lift the forearms up off the wrists and roll the shoulders up and get the collarbones broad, the clavicles. And then start to walk your hands forward and allow the frontal hip points to come down in between the thighs and maintain this sort of hollow waist and the length in the lower back so you're not shoving your lower back in, okay, or your front ribs in. Keep the lower front ribs towards the lower back ribs so you're not hard in that part of your body. Elongate the back of the neck. If it's hard on your shoulders, you can bend the elbows and bring the elbows down. Otherwise, you're working towards strong and straight arms as in downward facing dog. And you're bringing the armpits towards the ground and the back of the neck line. Tucking the chin so the forehead comes down by the hairline. Bring the forehead down and be here and breathe into the back of your body. Make the back of your body spacious. And then when you're ready, come up onto your hands and knees and bring your knees about 6 bone width distance apart with your toes pointing straight back and not to let your belly hang. Draw the waist in so that the lower back is long and bring the hands a little bit forward of the shoulders. Okay, and then shoulders roll open away from the ears as the hands and forearms roll in towards the index finger side of the hand. Draw the sides of the waist up and then push the buttocks back towards the heels and curl the toes under. Draw the outer ankles in and press the heels down into the big toe mount. Push the weight forward into the hands, lifting the forearms off the ground, and then lift your knees up. And then send the outer hips up, take the inner thighs and inner groins back, and draw the sides of the waist up under the ribs, taking the armpit chest towards the thighs, release the head and neck, and then send the outer hips up, straightening the knees and keep the heels up off the ground. So you're in high heels, and keep rolling the shoulders open away from the ears, lifting the elbows up, lifting the forearms up away from the ground as you're able. And then when you're ready, you can start to lengthen your heels, not so much down, but back towards the wall behind you. Lengthen the inner heels back and the outer heels back. And lift the outer hips up and take the inner groins back and take the front ribs towards the pubic bone. And you may end up with your heels still a little high, and that's fine. And then walk your feet a little bit in and see if that's a better distance for you. Okay, and then walk your hands a little bit back towards your feet. And see if you can end up getting more weight down into your heels. So you can explore different shortness or length of downward facing dog. And then come into a straight arm chaturanga, push-up position. Roll the front thighs in, take the inner heels back, outer heels back, firm the knees, and extend the collarbones forward as you take the tailbone down to the heels. And then exhale, bend your knees, and rest in Virasana forward. You can bend the elbows or keep your arms straight and strong. And breathe into the back ribs. Expand the back ribs, especially the bra line area. Breathe into that area. And then inhale, come up onto your hands and knees. Walk your hands a little bit forward and just open up the fronts of your hips into an upward facing dog or cobra position. Pull the shoulders down the back, bend the elbows close in. Just roll the shoulders back and then pull the waist in, round the spine, and sit back on your heels in that child pose position so you can elongate your spine a little. And then inhale, you can come forward into that upward facing dog or cobra, and then exhale, you round back. So your knees are a little bit apart or wider or together. You can bring the elbows down. So you're just kind of exploring, loosening up your body. Upward facing dog is with the knees off the ground. And then waist in and ribs towards the pubic bone as you elongate the back and rest again in that child's pose position. And then inhale into that upward facing dog. And then this is really the meat of the vinyasa. Pushing back towards the heels, curl the toes under, and lift the hips up into downward facing dog. And then from here, inhale into push-up position, thighs up, buttocks down, chest forward. Exhale into down dog. And you can do this a few times. Inhale to push up, exhale to down dog. And then you can hold it if you're feeling strong for a couple of breaths, rolling the thighs in, taking the inner thighs back, inner heels back, outer heels back, pubic bone up, collarbones forward. Exhale into down dog for a couple of breaths. And adjust the distance as needed. Take the sides of the waist up. And then rest with the elbows down in Virasana, forward or child's pose. And we do that one more time with a slightly different variation. So you go forward into up dog and then going up into downward facing dog with straight legs or bent knees. And then from here, inhale through straight arm chaturanga to upward facing dog, keeping the toes curled under. Spiral the inner thighs up, inner heels back, outer heels back. And even though your legs are lifted, let your hips sink and lift your chest and roll your shoulders back. And exhale, swing the hips up into downward facing. And then inhale through straight arm chaturanga into upward facing dog, and exhale, swing the hips up. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. We'll do it one more time. Strong straight arms. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, down dog. Bend the knees. And again, resting child's pose or Virasana forward. Breathe into the back. And then we'll work on the lunge position. So you bring the right leg forward. Here you can have blocked spare hands. So your high lunge is right knee over the right heel. Curl left toes under. Draw the outer ankle in, so you're pressing the heel down into the big toe mound. Pressing the knee down into the heel of the front leg. And then right knee to the right hip. So firm the outer right hip in. And then just lift the left leg up. Spiral the inner left thigh up towards the ceiling, and both sitting bones extend down towards the back heel. From the waist up, and extend the collarbones forward, but not the chin. Tuck the chin so you're looking down in front of the foot. Beyond your fingertips. Just hold it for a few breaths. High lunge position. And then change legs. Left leg forward, right leg back. Left knee over the heel. Outer right ankle in. Curl the toe under, bring the ankle in. Press the heel down into the ball of the foot. Press the left knee into the heel. Outer left knee to outer left hip. And then just lift the right leg up. Spiral the inner right thigh up. Take the inner right heel back. Collarbones forward. Sides of the waist up. And really both outer knees to the outer hips. So the hips stay square. Sitting bones point back towards the back heel. From the waist, extend the heel back. Collarbones forward. Waist up. And extend the top of the head forward. So this is high lunge on the left. Flat palms, take the other leg back, and then step back into your downward facing dog position. And you can adjust the hands and feet distance. Lift the outer hips, take the top thighs back, inner groins back, armpit just towards the thighs. And then inhaling, you shift the weight forward, pushing off the feet, bring your right foot forward in high lunge. If that doesn't work, you can bend your left knee and pull the foot forward. Maybe on your fingertips, spiral the inner left thigh up, so you're in a high lunge. Now, right knee back to the right hip. Press the right hip in and keep the knee from traveling in. As you exhale, you step forward into standing forward bend. And then you can bend your knees, widen your inner thighs, and let your torso fall down in between your thighs, kind of like that Virasana forward shape. And then straighten the legs and let the torso release more over the legs. Uttanasana, standing forward bend. And then inhale, look forward. Not to shove the knees back. Bring the inner knees forward so the hips come more over the heels. Take the buttocks down to the heels. Lift the hamstrings up to the sitting bones. Close that sandwich. Lifting the pubic bone as you come up into Tadasana. That from standing. So that's kind of a segue into standing up. Okay? So we'll do a whole sun salutation from standing. Pull the arms down, lift the chest up. Roll the thighs in, with the pubic, and elongate the lower back. Take the top thighs back and the middle buttocks forward. Pull the arms a little back and down to lift the armpit chest up, keeping the sides of the waist back so that you don't shove the lower front ribs forward, so that there's this compactness in the front of the body. Okay? Draw the chin slightly back, ears over the shoulders, shoulders over the hip, hips over the knees, knees over the ankles. This is called Tadasana, mountain pose, or Samasthiti, even standing. And then externally rotate your upper arms, your palms face out, and inhale, reach up, looking up, head goes back a little, and then exhale, tuck your chin, you can bend your knees, pull your belly in, release the back of your neck, bring your hands down alongside your feet, and release your torso down over your thighs. If you're tight, widen your feet, bend your knees, and release your torso more. And then you can work on straightening your legs. Inhale, bring the right leg back, high lunge. Remember, you can have your blocks if you need it. If it doesn't work, just on the fingertips. And roll the right thigh up, extend through the inner right heel, collarbones forward, sides of the waist up, bring the outer hips in, flat palms, take the other leg back, push up, straight arm chaturanga. So here, bend arm chaturanga. You take your heels forward, bend your elbows back, and lower your shoulders and head down. And then lower your knees. So you can do that with your knees down, bend your elbows, and then here you inhale into a high cobra or upward facing dog, so you can go through bent knees. Pull the waist in. You can even reach back into the child's pose to lengthen your lower back, and then come up into downward facing dog, so you have some options. And then when you're ready, inhale, bring the right leg forward, high lunge, lift the inner left thigh, right knee over the right heel, right knee, right hip stays in as you exhale, step forward into standing forward bend, release the torso down over the thighs as you're able, and then looking forward, buttocks down to the heels. Reach the arms up, pubic up, look up, exhale, Lower the arms, look straight ahead. We'll do it on the left side. Externally rotate the arms. Inhale, reach up. Look up. Exhale, release over. Hands down. You can bend your ankles, bend your knees, so that will allow your hip crease to fold over your thighs more. Helps me. And then you straighten the legs. Inhale, step the left leg back, high lunge, your left thigh up, right knee over the right heel, right knee to right hip, left knee to left hip, waist up, flat palms, take the other leg back, push up. Exhale, bend arm chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Shoulders open, hands and forearms in. Push the hands forward. Lift the front legs up as you descend the back legs down. Lift the outer hips, draw the waist slightly in. And then inhale, bring your left leg forward, high lunge. Inner right thigh up, collarbone forward, right heel back. Outer left knee to outer left hip. Keep the left hip firm as you exhale, step forward. Release the torso. Release the back of the neck. Press the buttocks down to the heels. Lift the hamstrings up. Reach the arms up and up. Exhale, lower the arms and look straight ahead. We'll do it again. Right and left. Inhale. Reach up. Exhale. Release over. Inhale. High lunge. Right leg back. Flat palms. Straight arm chaturanga. Exhale. Bent arm chaturanga. Inhale. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Couple of breaths. Inhale, right leg forward, high lunge. Right knee to right hip in. Exhale, step forward. Standing forward bend. Inhale, look forward as you root down and reach up. Look up. Exhale, look forward. Externally rotate. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release over. You can soften the joints a little as you fold. Inhale, left leg back, high lunge, flat palms. Other leg back, straight arm chaturanga. Exhale, bend arm chaturanga, knees can be down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths. Inhale, left leg forward, high lunge. Back leg lifts, outer left hip in. Knee has to stay in. So, knee has to stay out. If knee goes in, the hip goes out. So keep the knee out, hip in. As you exhale, step forward. Release the torso. Root the buttocks down as you lift the hamstrings up, reaching the arms up. Exhale. Good. So we're going to do one more, right and left, just with the breath and the movement. And you just do the best you can. You can use your props. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale the right leg back. Flat palms, straight arm chaturanga. Exhale, bent arm chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths. Inhale, high lunge, right leg comes forward. Exhale, standing forward bend. Release the torso. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, looking straight ahead. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, soften the joints as you fold. Release the torso. Inhale, left leg back, flat palm, push up position. Exhale, bend arm chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths. Inhale, the left leg comes forward, high lunge. From the outer left hip in, press the knee down into the heel. As you exhale, step forward. Release the torso. And then looking forward, root down as you reach up, look up, and exhale. Lower the arms and look straight ahead. So that's 3 full rounds of a Hatha Yoga style of Sun Salutations. which is actually 6 repetitions, so 3 right and left each. And we did some warm-ups to get into it, and then you can go into Shavasana, or you could continue with standing poses and with a fuller practice. But this is just to sort of introduce Sun Salutation. So, to Shavasana, if that's going to complete your practice. And when you lie down, you're always adjusting and checking how your body is when you lie down. If it's even, side to side. And then just let yourself go. Shavasana, corpse pose, is a practice in letting go. Observe your breath. You can take as long as you like in Shavasana, letting go on a deeper and deeper level. So the level of the skin, and then the superficial fascia under the skin, and all of the connective tissue and around the muscles and the bones, and in between the muscles, and connecting the muscles to the bones, the tendons and ligaments, and all of the nadis, the tubes in the body, which are gross to subtle. So there's all the packaging of the connective tissue and the bones and the flesh and the blood vessels, arteries and veins, the nervous system, the flow of lymph and fluids in the body, and the mystery of the deeper sensation of prana. And just be aware of what you sense and feel, and bring attention to areas where you may not have sensation. And send the breath there, send the prana, the awareness there. And as though your body were a sponge, letting that sponge become pliable, soaking it with water, with prana, with life forces, no longer dry and hard and tight, but it's loose and flowing and saturated. When you feel ready to come up, bend your knees one by one. Take your time, move mindfully with your breath.
When you're ready, roll over to your side and take a couple of breaths in the fetal position. And then when you're ready to come up, pull the waist in so the back is not doing the work. Use your arms and work yourself up into sitting if you want to do a sitting practice after, or whatever your next thing is. Namaste. Thank you.